Hey guys, it's James here again with another Blu-ray update. It's been about since April, May or June actually, since I last did one of these. So I've actually got a lot of movies. So what I've done is I've kind of randomized them into four piles for four separate videos, just so that way I'm not drolling on too long about each title and taking up an hour and a half or whatever. So yeah, so each video is gonna have some DVDs and a lot of Blu-rays. Um, but yeah, I've been really busy lately. That's why I haven't been able to do any of these updates. So finally got the time, so I figured I'd take the chance and do it now. So we're gonna get started again. Like my last video, I'm going to start with the DVDs. So the first one that I picked up was Wayne's World and Wayne's World 2. Um, it's been a few years since I've seen the first Wayne's World, and I don't think I ever saw the second one. But I really enjoyed the first one. It's got that cult classic status, and it's just really funny, really entertaining. Mike Myers does a really good job. Dana Carvey, he's never really been a favorite of mine, but he's okay here. And I think it was $8 for the 2 pack, or I think it was a 3 for 20. I can't remember what else I got with it, but yeah, not much to say. I haven't watched this copy of it since I bought it, but yeah, look forward to rewatching these in the future. It was nice to finally get them and add them to the collection. The next one is another multi-pack. It is the Sandra Bullock full 4-film favorites. That's a tongue twister. So it's got Miss Congeniality 1 and 2, 2 Weeks Notice, and The Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood. I like Sandra Bullock. She's a decent actress. I remember really enjoying the first Miss Congeniality, which was the main reason for buying this. But I think it was like $10 or something like that when I picked it up back in like August or something. I've never seen 2 Weeks Notice, and I've never seen Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood. So I can't comment on those. And it's been a few years since I saw the second Miss Congeniality, but my wife and I did watch the first one, and it's okay. It's kind of cheesy. It's kind of silly, but it was entertaining for the most part. It had a good couple good laughs. I don't remember the second film being that entertaining. So like I remember it being entertaining, but not as good as the first one. And the first one, after rewatching it, was semi okay. So but yeah, interested in checking out the other two films, 2 Weeks Notice and Yeah Sisterhood. I do kind of have a soft spot for like the rom-coms and stuff, so we'll see if I enjoy them or if they're garbage. The next one is Robin Williams in World's Greatest Dad. I've heard that this is a dark comedy, so I'm really interested in checking it out. Ever since he passed away, I've been trying to get as many Robin Williams films as I can get my hands on, and it's actually kind of funny because I had this pre-ordered, or not pre-ordered, but like I had a reserve put on this at another store a couple years ago, and it never came in. They never seemed to have it. Like I went in and I asked them, and they said, "Yeah, we can order it for you, and we can get a copy in for you." And I'm technically still waiting for it, but that store has now went bankrupt and is closed now. So I was able to find this at a secondhand store, which was really awesome. But despite the fact that I've been waiting so long to get it and looking forever for it, um, I haven't actually watched it yet. So we'll see how that is. And my dog is whining, trying to find my cat right now. That's just great. Thank you, Saffron, for being part of my video. Do you want to be part of my video? Is that what it is? Do you want to be part of my video? Yeah. Okay, so, moving on. This is the last DVD in this video, and that is Bill and Ted's Excellent Double Feature. So this contains Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Another another DVD that I have not watched yet. I've been really interested to see these films. I've heard that they're actually really fun, really goofy, really silly. Young Keanu Reeves, that's a plus right there. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, it was $5 for this when we got it. So yeah, couldn't resist, and yeah, we still haven't watched it. We're terrible, terrible. Anyways, so yeah, look forward to this. So if you guys have seen it, let me know what you guys think of it, and let me know. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to the Blu-rays. The first three Blu-rays, kind of funny. These aren't pickups recently. These were part of my collection, but I had them lent out when I did my full collection video. So I figured I'd just put them into one of my updates. And the last couple updates that I did, I still didn't have them back. So I finally got them back. So I'm just going to kind of breeze through them real quickly here. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, classic horror. This is a fantastic film. It's amazingly directed. Just has a great visual style to it. It's creepy. It is a tad bit long, so it's not an easy one to just sit down. But every Halloween I try to make time to watch it. I missed it this year though, but yeah, just a great film, great direction, great acting. I love it. The next film is one of the most controversial films of 2016, and that is the reboot, reimagining of Ghostbusters with Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig and Kate McKinnon and Leslie Jones. My wife and I absolutely love this movie. I did not understand the hate. It's not as good as the original film with Bill Murray, but I don't know. I really enjoyed this. It actually made me laugh quite a bit. It's very entertaining. Even the extended cut that's on here, it's about 15 minutes longer, I think, something like that. And it's got a couple extra good jokes, couple alternate jokes. Some of the jokes do tend to go on, but I find that with all of Paul Feig's films, sometimes they just don't know when to end the joke. But there was actually quite a few moments in this that made me laugh. So that's Ghostbusters. And then the final one that I had in my collection but didn't get to put in my update video is the first Jack Reacher. I love Tom Cruise. I'm trying to get as many Tom Cruise movies as I can get because I really enjoy Tom Cruise. I think he's a great actor. I know he's got a lot of um, I know a lot of people find issues with him as a person, and they're not exactly his biggest fan. But I don't know. I find him a great actor, and this was a great film. It does get a tad bit slow. The last time that I tried watching this, it was a little slower than I remembered it being. But a couple of good action scenes, and yeah, Tom Cruise is just entertaining in it, and he has great character. So now these are actually new movies. And to continue with the trend, I got Jack Reacher 2, Never Go Back. Not as strong as the first film. It's still entertaining. They kind of went more for straight up action than the mystery thriller that the first one was. Yeah, I saw this one in theaters. I haven't watched the Blu-ray since I picked it up. Yeah, it's an entertaining watch from what I remember. Tom Cruise again does a great job, but I felt like he did seem a little more bored in this one. But I also kind of liked this one because I felt like they added more character for Jack, whereas in the first film he's just kind of like, yeah, he's this awesome badass, but we don't really know much about him. In this one they tried to kind of like add more character to him, which I thought was nice. But maybe when I rewatch it, it won't be as good. We'll find out. The next film was one that my wife got for Christmas, and that is Gulliver's Travels with Jack Black. I know a lot of people really didn't like this, and when I saw it a few years ago, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but my wife really liked it. So I found it for $5 and picked it up for her for Christmas. And we have not watched it since buying it. You're going to hear that a lot in the next couple of videos. But, yeah, I'd be willing to rewatch it. I really like Jason Segel, and Jack Black is pretty entertaining too. So maybe it's not as bad as I remember it. Maybe it is. Maybe it's worse. Find out later. Okay, the next one I have actually watched, and that is Why Him, with James Franco and Bryan Cranston. This was an entertaining movie. It was kind of silly. It was kind of corny. but James Franco just has an on-screen charisma that I find unmatched. Like he just kind of lets himself go, and he just does his own thing, and I think that really is what benefits a lot of his movies. Is he just has this on-screen presence that he's just not afraid to hold back his silliness, and he just kind of lets loose. So, but yeah, this movie overall was pretty fun. Kind of cliched, had a couple of eye-rolling moments, a couple of scenes I probably could have dealt with, or a couple of scenes that I could have done without. But overall, it was an entertaining little. I guess it's a romantic comedy, kind of. Not really. It's just a comedy. It's just a comedy. Speaking of comedies, unintentionally, maybe intentionally, Triple X3: Return of Xander Cage. I actually just watched this one a couple of days ago. Rewatched it. I've actually got a full review on my channel for it, so I'm not going to dive too much into this, but my opinion's still pretty much the same of it. It's a loud, goofy action, silly movie with terrible dialogue. It's kind of one of those movies that, if you like putting on action movies and just kind of like turning your brain off, it's entertaining. But if you're looking for something with some in-depth character development or even some logic, look elsewhere because this is not that movie. The next film set that I picked up was the Spider-Man trilogy. I picked this up before Spider-Man Homecoming came out because I was hoping to get them all watched before Homecoming. I only got the first one watched. But I actually love all three of these films. I think the first one's my favorite, and then the second one, then the third one. I do acknowledge that the third one has some major issues. But the stuff that actually works in it, I do enjoy, and I can kind of look past some of the really crappy stuff. But it has been a few years since I watched the third one, so it could be different. Spider-Man 2, I remember being really good, but I don't know, there's something about the first one that it just has this, like, unique charm to it, this cheesiness that makes it really entertaining. So, but I remember when this specific box set came out, and I really wanted to get it, but it was like $50, and I was like, I have it on DVD, I'm not gonna wait, I'm not gonna waste my money on something that I already have. And then this year they dropped this to like $15, so I was able to get it with some birthday money back in May. So that's the Spider-Man trilogy. And then of course I mentioned it already. I picked up Spider-Man Homecoming. I saw this in theaters, and I've watched the Blu-ray since we bought it, and I really enjoyed it when I saw it in theaters. I was really excited for it, and I was really happy with it. The second viewing wasn't as good. I would say probably about half a star less than my initial opinion on it. But still entertaining. I still like Tom Holland as Peter Parker / Spider-Man. Michael Keaton as Vulture was really good. And I love how they've put Iron Man like on the poster and like they make a big deal out of him, and he's only in it for maybe a total of like 10 minutes tops. So I thought that was a really silly thing to do, but I guess it was trying to make sure that that it's part of the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it's not just another Spider-Man reboot. So the next film is one of my wife's. She picked this up for her birthday, and that is La La Land. This was a great film. This is a great homage to classic musical cinema, the Ginger Rogers, Fred Astaire films. I love the cinematography to this film. Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone have great chemistry together. The music is really good, and I'm not a huge musical fan. I don't know what it is about musicals, but like the concept of just like breaking out into song and dance unexpectedly just never really meshed with me. I do like musicals. There are a few that I actually hold in high regards, but for the most part, I can't do a whole lot of musicals. But I like how they handle the music in this because it's not just breaking out into song and dance. It's just sometimes they spontaneously dance, and sometimes it's just instrumental music that's kind of going on. And yeah, this was a great homage film, and like I said, it was beautifully shot. So that's La La Land. And then the last film is another one of my wife's, another one that she got for her birthday, and that is the remake of Beauty and the Beast, or the live-action adaptation. And Beauty and the Beast, the animated film, is her favorite Disney film, and it's kind of special to our relationship. So we were really excited to see the live action version. It's pretty decent. It's I don't the thing I don't understand about these live action adaptations is that they don't do a whole lot different with what the original source material. So at one point it's like, okay, it looks nice and it's pretty, but it's like, what's the difference between stopping me from just watching the animated version because the story's the same? But I think the performances overall were okay. Emma Watson did pretty fine as Belle. Dan Stevens pulled off the piece really well, but the one that I really enjoyed was Luke Evans as Gaston. And then the voice acting is fine too. But yeah, the standout for me was Luke Evans as Gaston. I didn't really see when they cast him. I wasn't really buying him as Gaston, but watching him in the movie, he actually pulled it off really well, I think. So I know this one gets a lot of flack, but I did enjoy it. My wife loves it, so that's our opinion. So anyways, that's the first of 4 update videos to come, and I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe if you yourself are jonesing for film.